Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you like the content, hit the subscribe button, leave a like down below. So today we're going to talk about our wish list for gameplay changes or things we want to be left alone in 2K26 and beyond. But before we get to that, make sure you check out my other videos. We've gone over Showcase, My Rise, My Faction, My GM, and the Creation Suite. That's probably my favorite one because there's a lot of good stuff in there. They all have good stuff in there. I'm not like other wrestling fans or other YouTubers that make their wish list videos because they want like obvious things that should be included. I'm a little out there. I like to see big changes or crazy things like the island. One of the things I wished for last year was a big open area zone or something. I was thinking more of like an arena where you could explore the entire arena, fight everywhere in the arena, the roof, everything. And they took it a step further and they decided to go with an island, which I think the concept was awesome. It's just the microtransactions and online-only nature, it kind of ruined it for me, personally. But the idea behind it, love it. I want more of that stuff. I like the arcadey stuff, the out there stuff, your typical wrestling stuff that we've had in every wrestling game for years and years and years. It's still there. It's not going to be replaced. Let us have this cool other stuff too. Make it a game. It is a video game after all. Make it a video game, okay? Anyway, let's get to this gameplay list because we got a lot to go over. All right, number one. To me personally, I think 2K needs to toss out this countering system and go back to the one button for strikes, one button for grapples, and hit both for countering signatures and finishers. Basically, here comes the pain or WrestleMania 19 setup. So if you're unfamiliar with the countering systems in those games, basically, the right bumper and left bumper, which is what they called it on the GameCube, were the countering buttons. One was for strikes, one was for grapples, and you had to hit them both for countering finishers. And I don't think they even had signatures back then. They might have. I think it was just finishers back then. Anyway, so that's how you would counter those. And the current setup, we got like, obviously there's one button for finishers and signatures to counter, but you got countering Irish Whip, you got countering combo breakers, countering strikes, countering grapples. There's like 5 different countering buttons and it's exhausting. Go back to the 2 buttons. It's perfect. I don't know why we ever changed it. Personal gripe, please and thank you. And I know this would screw up the current gameplay setup. They'd have to go and tweak a few things on the controller. But I feel like going back to this would bring a lot of fans back. And honestly, it's better for gameplay because it has a great guessing game. It's a great way to just get people in the door, in my opinion. I just feel like the countering system is the core component to a wrestling game. If you have a crappy countering system, then the rest kind of falls apart, in my opinion. Anyway, number 2. Now this is just kind of an obvious thing, is smoother animations for some of the moves. They feel really clunky, and sometimes you whiff the air or the moves don't connect right, especially when there's multiple people in the ring. So obviously this usually comes with time and as games progress, or supposed to anyway, is really tighten up some of these moves. Make the animation a little better. If you're slightly too far away to initiate a grapple and you whiff the grapple, why not just have the character take a little step? I'm not saying go across the entire ring and grapple them that way with an automatic animation. I'm just saying if they're like one little smidgen away from you that you can't grapple them, just have your character automatically take that step and grapple them. I think that'd be a nice little touch. Stuff like that. Number 3. Now to me, this would really help the game, like more than anything else. And that is the inclusion of simple controls. Much like Street Fighter 6 and Tekken 8, WWE 2K26 should add in a simple controls option and set it up like old school wrestling games. Weak and strong strike, weak and strong grapple, top button, or should I say, you tap the button, one button for finishers and signatures, one button for countering everything, although I feel like the 2 countering system kind of goes with this nicely, but if you really want to keep it simple, just one counter button for everything, and all they have to do is learn the timing. This would help bring in new players and bring back fans to the series that hate the modern control setup. So if you're a new fan or a new player and you've never played a wrestling game before, it's kind of overwhelming looking at all the things you can do with these controls. Now they do have a tutorial. They do have the showcase mode, which teaches you how to do everything also. So there is modes to help teach you the game, but some people will just give up and go play something else. I feel like this old school setup or the simple control setup would go a long way, and a lot of us older fans probably prefer this because it simplifies the gameplay, it makes it a lot smoother, and it makes it so anybody can come in and play. My brother refuses to play these wrestling games with me because there's so much crap that you have to remember on the controllers. It would take a week for him to get used to it and actually beat me, because I've been playing these since day one, since the original SmackDown. One of my other buddies that used to play wrestling games refuses to play wrestling games against me because, well, I have that muscle memory and I just whoop everybody at it. So around me locally, local friends will not play wrestling games with me, and it's like, oh man. So they'll play tag matches. We'll do co-op missions and stuff like that, or co-op matches, tag matches. But one-on-one, nah, not gonna happen. No. And if we do a big 6-man match, like a ladder match or something, they all come after me and beat my ass because they're like, we gotta get rid of him first, which is kind of funny to me. But anyway, so simple controls. That way you can get your little brother to play, or someone who hasn't played for a long time. And also old fans. Well, that's basically the same thing. Bring old fans back because they hate the modern controls. Anyway, number 4. Ambulance and casket minigame controls. In my opinion, they need to add in a quick time event or like a rhythm game thing to make this less of a just everything's a button mashing minigame. I mean, you got your submissions as a button mash. There's a button mash for pinning. There's a button mash for ambulance, casket. If they ever add in buried alive match, it'll probably be a button mashing thing. It's literally used way too much. I feel like what they could do is they could make it so it's a random minigame, randomizer, where it's either the joysticks, the quick time event, which we just explained, or the button mashing. Or if you wanted to lock it to one for the quick time event, it'll show a bunch of different buttons on the screen, and whoever enters them in first goes to the next sequence. And let's say the wrestler you're facing is completely red head to toe. They can make it so that button combination is across the entire screen, and then they have to try to input it as fast as possible to not be beaten. And I know there's certain gameplay tweaks they can add in here and there, so it's not so easy to lose, because I feel like people would probably hate that system if it became too difficult or too annoying. But just button mashing, to me, you ruin your controller, and it's just overused. We need a new minigame, and my suggestion is a quick time minigame. If you have a minigame idea for ambulance matches, casket matches, submissions, sound off the comments below. I'm very curious what you have in mind for that, because I feel like every other minigame has been used to death. I just think this would be a nice little touch. Number 5. More camera options during gameplay, like a top-down view, kind of like in Diablo games, looking above the ropes, not through them, first-person mode, like in Wrestling Empire, so I can lose my lunch while playing the game, or at least first-person during entrances. So my favorite feature over anything else in 2K25 is the third-person camera controls option. It really makes matches feel fresh for the first time in years for me personally. I love being able to look around the entire arena, position the camera wherever I want. It's great for backstage fighting, so you can actually look at all the cool stuff they made and placed within those areas, kind of like the WWE archives. It just makes the game way more fun to me, and it makes it feel like a 3D brawler and wrestler combined, especially with those with the backstage fights. So anyway, I think this is probably the absolute thing that's going to happen next year. I don't think this is a guess or anything. I think they're going to add in first-person view, at least for entrances. I love the controls for entrances and everything. Why not take it a step further? We talked about this in the showcase match video a little bit. Why not add in first-person view, at the very least, for entrances? Imagine just being able to look around anywhere while walking to the ring as your created character, or as Hulk Hogan, or The Rock, or Bianca Belair. Where is Bianca Belair anyway? I know she got hurt. I just watched one of the documentary things on Netflix. I'm like, oh yeah, where's Bianca Belair? She's been missing this whole time. Or Rhea Ripley, or whoever. I just think it'd be really cool to have that option, because it would make you feel like you're that superstar entering the ring. That's like chef's kiss bonus thing. So yeah, more camera options. Number 6, bring back the speed from SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. gameplay was so fast back then, or have a speed option for more options, for gameplay options, kind of like casual pro wrestling has. So in casual pro wrestling, on Steam, if you haven't played it, check out the video. I've made a couple videos on it. It's literally being made by one dude. It's like $10. It's a ragdoll physics wrestling game, and it has a speed option where you can speed up the gameplay so it's really, really fast, or you can slow it down towards whatever speed you want it to be at. I have it a little faster than the basic because it felt kind of slow to me. So one of my favorite things about SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain, was the gameplay speed. Like, you would launch across the ring, give him a clothesline, and it felt so impactful, the impactfulness of that. I should add that to this. I want that impact back. So some of the moves in the newer games, they don't feel like they have that impact anymore. In SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain, the impacts, the visceralness was so fun, and that's what it got me hooked on this franchise going forward, even though I played all the old ones. But that was mainly for the Creator Wrestler. The gameplay that really caught me was obviously No Mercy, but I played No Mercy after Here Comes the Pain. So I missed out on all those old Aki games, like the WCW ones, WrestleMania 2000. I missed out on all those. Virtual Pro Wrestling, which I believe wasn't even released here, but I have it now. So after I was done and bored with Here Comes the Pain, I wanted to try out No Mercy because I kept hearing how awesome No Mercy was. And it's so different from Here Comes the Pain that I fell in love with it too. So Here Comes the Pain and No Mercy, I played to death when they came out. I wasn't very good at No Mercy, but I was the king at Here Comes the Pain. And I think the main reason for that was because I didn't really have a bunch of buddies that wanted to play No Mercy. I had like one friend, and at the time everybody was moving on to PS2 and GameCube, so it was really hard to get people to go back and play that. If I had played it when it came out, it'd probably be up there with Here Comes the Pain. But I don't hate the game. I really liked it. The one thing I just don't like about the Aki games is the momentum meter. I really don't like the momentum system. I really would rather have the where you can store your finishers and signatures. Number 7, bring back and expand on fighting into the crowds. Allow us to fight anywhere, not just in preset spots. Or if that's the only way to do it, at least bring those back because those cool sections were super fun to have. I believe it was 2007 and 2008, if memory serves me well, where they had those little spots with like scaffolding and stuff you could jump off, you could climb up and do the first OMG moments. Those are super fun. I just want more of that. But it would be really cool with the power of current gen hardware is to make it so that the entire arena is our playground, not just little preset spots. If I want to throw them down the stairs, I should be able to throw them down the stairs. Like, we're going more and more towards arcade style anyway. Why not just go full crazy and allow me to body slam them off the balcony, throw them down the stairs, have them tumble all the way into the barricade from the top of the arena down to the stair? That'd be funny. Like, what are you trying to kill them? It's like, it's wrestling. It's a video game. Who cares? Anyway, so stuff like that. If I want to fight anywhere in that entire arena, both where the crowd is or in the back, I would love that. Make it truly feel much bigger, because currently all the arenas feel tiny. They feel absolutely microscopic when you really get down to it, because you have from the entrance ramp to the ring, and that's it. There's not a lot of extra stuff you can do. So it'd be really cool if you could literally just fight anywhere. And it'd be funny, and this is just a little bonus thing, if randomly, let's say every 87 matches you play, a fan will come out and jump you. And you're like, what is that? And it has the in-game security guards grab them and pull them out. I just think that'd be a funny little touch. Although that might promote people to do it more on the TV show, so maybe don't do that. But I just think it'd be a funny little touch. Let's say you're playing as Seth Rollins, and you're a heel, and you're beating up Cody Rhodes or a fan favorite, and all of a sudden a guy comes out of the audience and jumps you, and you have to try to fight him off, and he helps Cody win or something, you know? I just think that'd be kind of funny. But then idiots in real life would try to do that for real, so maybe don't do that, but I think it'd be funny. Number 8, weapon finishers. Have a separate meter during Extreme Rules matches or any match type that allows weapons, and add in cool finishers. Man, I can't talk. They could make RVD's spinning kick to the chair a finisher. Yell at me down in the comments. I can't remember the name of it. My super brain fart. Shane McMahon's Coast to Coast as a finisher. I remember that one. And we could make up some awesome new ones. Like, there's so many things. The concerto. I mean, there's so many things you could do with weapon finishers, and that would really expand the gameplay. Because most of the matches I play are extreme rules because I hate countouts and I hate rope breaks. So most of my matches are always extreme rules. So there you go. Number 9, to piggyback off of weapon finishers, is I want to be able to stack tables and stack ladders. It'd be really fun to set up a triple stack, although the game would probably only allow 2, of tables ringside in a Hell in a Cell match, then choke slam or frog splash through them. So you know how you have the Hell in a Cell match, right? How fun it would be if you could set up tables all the way around the outside and then just throw them off of it. That would be like a super hardcore deathmatch type thing. That would be super fun. I see that in mods and stuff all the time. Why not just make it official? I'm pretty sure they can make it work. Another cool feature they could add, and this is going to be a separate video, so keep an eye on the channel, is allow us to edit matches when we make our matches, our match types. You know, there's a thing where it says make a match or create a match. Why not take it a step further to where, let's say we're setting up a Hell in a Cell. Let me go in there physically with the in-game creation suite tools and place all these tables around the ring beforehand, and ladders, and set up weapons wherever we want them and all that kind of stuff. Take it a step further and really deck out the arena for a match. And then when you go to play the match or load it up, all those tables and everything are set up for you already. You don't have to go do it manually when you're in the middle of the match. I think that'd be a really cool touch. So we'll make a video on that because I just came up with a really cool idea for a video. Anyway, stackable tables and ladders. Number 10. And this is the last one on the list. If you've watched this long, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, leave a like down below on your way out. It says, leave the stamina bar alone. Now, what I mean by this is the current setup for the game, how you build up and store finishers, signatures, how your stamina works, everything. I think they perfected that. That's the one thing I don't want to see changed. It's absolutely perfect. Don't mess with it. I have a feeling they're going to try to mess with the stamina system. Every time they would mess with the stamina system in the old games, that was the most annoying thing to me. It's because it just changes the whole fundamentals of the game, the gameplay. The controls could be exactly the same, but then they would mess with that, and it was like, please don't change that. It's been the same, I want to say, since 2K22. Please continue to leave it. It's perfect. It's the one thing you've nailed. There's no other way to do it, in my opinion. If you start messing with that, you're going to totally break the game, and it won't be fun to me anymore. Like, they got rid of the countering stamina meter, thank God, because that sucked. They got rid of, what was the other thing they got rid of? They got rid of some of the other stuff that was annoying too, but it's perfect now. The way you store finishers, the way the stamina meter works, where you run out of juice and you have to wait a second before you can run again. And it doesn't totally make it so you can't do anything unless you're playing my faction with a low-level card. Then you literally can't do anything. It's perfect. Don't change it. Anyway, these are some things I would like to see added or changed to 2K26. What are some things you would like to see changed in the next game and also 2K27 and beyond? Sound comments below. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay frosty.